This is a coin that almost destroyed the world. It slipped out of a man's pocket and, due to inertia, rolled into a drain. It then traveled through the ventilation system, landing at a subway station. From there, it continued its journey down through pipes until, a short while later, it arrived in an unknown underground world. At that moment, a black hand picked it up, as if discovering treasure. It turns out that this place was a 300-meter deep underground palace. Kaizi was a slave here. Having incurred a massive gambling debt of tens of millions, he had no choice but to work in this underground world, becoming a tool for the rich to make money. Although his dinner every night was just a piece of rotten dried fish, Kaizi ate it with relish because today was his first payday. His co-workers eagerly gathered around as he opened the envelope, but to his dismay, he found that his wages were paid in special underground currency, worth only a tenth of the value on the surface. At this rate, it would take him 50 more years to pay off his debt. In order to escape, Kaizi had no choice but to endure. But the next day, while working in the mine, a massive explosion suddenly occurred. The uncle who had always looked after him was hit by falling rocks. Kaizi quickly carried him to the medical room, but as soon as he turned around, he found that the patients had already piled up, and most of them hadn't received any proper treatment. With their meager wages, they couldn't afford the high medical fees. So without money for medicine, the doctors could only watch as they perished. A patient nearby suddenly spoke up, saying that everyone who was sold here would inevitably contract pneumoconiosis within a few months. But because they couldn't afford the treatment, they were discarded like trash. So saving money here was pointless, and the chances of escaping were almost zero. But then, the doctor beside them said that escaping wasn't entirely impossible. If they could make it through a certain path, those who owed a fortune could regain their freedom. Hearing this, Kaizi made up his mind to sign up for the competition. However, when he arrived, the scene before him shocked everyone. Suspended thousands of meters in the air were two long, narrow rope bridges. Whoever could make it across would not only be freed, but also win a massive prize of 10 million. Kaizi realized that crossing these bridges would be a life or death challenge, but he still made a bold decision.